6th of January, 1900, Volume 3. Confidence, the staircase to ascend to the divinity. This morning I received communion, and as I found myself together with Jesus, the Queen Mama was also there. And oh marvel, I looked at the mother and I could see her heart transmuted into baby Jesus. I looked at the Son and I could see the mother in the heart of the baby. In the meantime, I remembered that today is the Epiphany, and in the example of the Holy Magi, I was to offer something to baby Jesus, but I saw myself as having nothing to give him. So in seeing my misery, the thought came to me of offering my body as myrrh, with all the sufferings of the 12 years in which I had been in bed, ready to suffer and to remain there as much longer as he pleased. As gold, the pain I feel when he deprives me of his presence, which is the most painful and sorrowful thing for me. As incense, my poor prayers, united to those of the Queen Mama, so that they might be more pleasing to baby Jesus. So I made the offering with full confidence that the baby would accept everything. Jesus seemed to accept my poor offerings with great pleasure, but that which he enjoyed the most was the confidence with which I had offered them. Then he said to me, "Confidence has 2 arms. With one it embraces my humanity, and it uses my humanity as a staircase in order to ascend to my divinity. With the other it embraces the divinity and draws celestial graces in torrents, in such a way that the soul remains all inundated within the divine being. When the soul is confident, she is certain to obtain what she asks. I let my arms be bound. I let her do whatever she wants. I let her penetrate even into my heart, and I let her take, by herself, that which she has asked from me. If I did not do so, I would feel myself in a state of violence." While he was saying this, many rivulets of a liquor, I call it liquor, but I can't really tell what it was, came out from the breast of the baby and of the mother, which inundated my soul completely. Then the Queen Mother disappeared. After this, together with the baby, I went out into the vault of the heavens. I saw that his gracious face was sad, and I said to myself, maybe he wants milk. This is why he is sad. So I said to him, "Do you want to suckle from me, since the Queen Mama is not here?" But before doing this, I became concerned that it might be the devil. So in order to be reassured, I signed him several times with the cross. And I said to him, "Are you really Jesus the Nazarene, the second person of the Most Holy Trinity, Son of the Virgin Mary, Mother of God?" And the baby assured that he was. Therefore, being assured, I placed him to suckle from myself. The baby seemed to revive, assuming a merry appearance, and I saw that he was suckling part of those rivulets with which he himself had inundated me. And while he was doing this, I felt my heart being pulled, as it seemed that that milk which Jesus was drawing from me was coming out from it. Who can say what passed between me and baby Jesus? I have no tongue to be able to manifest it, no words to be able to describe it. Amen. Fiat. January 6th, 1901, Volume 4. Jesus communicates himself to the 3 Magi through love, through beauty, and through power. As I was outside of myself, I seemed to see the moment when the Holy Magi arrived at the grotto of Bethlehem. As they arrived in the presence of the baby, he pleased to let the rays of his divinity shine externally, communicating himself to the 3 Magi in 3 ways. Through love, through beauty, and through power, in such a way that they remained enraptured and engrossed in the presence of little baby Jesus. So much so that if the Lord had not withdrawn the rays of his divinity internally again, they would have remained there forever, unable to move anymore. Then as the baby withdrew his divinity, the holy Magi returned into themselves. They stirred themselves, stupefied in seeing an excess of love so great, because through that light the Lord had let them understand the mystery of the Incarnation. Then they stood up and offered their gifts to the Queen Mother, and she spoke at length with them, but I am unable to say everything she said. I can only remember that she inculcated into them strongly not only their own salvation, but also taking to heart the salvation of their peoples, having no fear even to lay down their lives to obtain the intent. After this I withdrew inside myself, and I found myself together with Jesus. He wanted me to tell him something, but I saw myself so cativa, bad, and confused that I would not dare to tell him anything. Seeing that I was not saying anything, he himself continued to speak about the Holy Magi, telling me, by having communicated myself to the Magi in 3 ways, I obtained 3 effects for them, because I never communicate myself to souls uselessly. Rather, they always receive some profit for themselves. So, as I communicated myself through love, they obtained detachment from themselves. Through beauty, they obtained contempt for earthly things. And through power, their hearts remained all bound to me, and they obtained the bravery to lay down their blood and lives for me. Amen. Then he added, and you, what do you want? Tell me, do you love me? How do you want to love me? Not knowing what to say, as my confusion increased, I said, Lord, I would want nothing but you, and if you say to me, do you love me? I have no words to be able to manifest it. I can only say that I feel this passion that no one may be able to prevail over me in loving you, and that I should be the first in loving you, above everyone, and no one may be able to surpass me. But this does not content me yet. In order to be content, I would want to love you with your own love, so that I may be able to love you as you love yourself. Ah yes, only then would my concerns about loving you cease. Content, one would say, with my nonsense, Jesus clasped me so tightly to himself that I could see myself transmuted in him, inside and out, and he communicated part of his divine love for me. After this I returned inside myself, and it seemed to me that for as much as I am given, so much do I possess my good, and if I love him little, I possess him little.